Okay, let me just make sure that I'm live wherever I need to be live so that we can go ahead and watch this game. Welcome, everybody, to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is Mokwena. I am your host, and this is a place where we get to talk a little bit of football. We love football quite a lot. Yeah, we've got a special presentation. The normal show is Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. But if Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, Banyana, Bafana, Banyana, Bastyle, UWC, when they go to the Champions League next month, are playing, we are going to be here covering those games. So join me now as we have a special presentation of Polokwane City versus Mamelodi Sundowns. Polokwane City finds themselves 7th on the log. Okay, let me just make sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What is happening now? Apologies, guys. Apologies. Okay, there we go. Hey, technology, man. Okay, so as I was saying, Polokwane City finds themselves 7th on the log. 4 games played, 2 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. 5 goals scored, 5 goals conceded, for a grand total of 7 points. Mamelodi Sundowns will be trying to reclaim that number 1 spot from Orlando Pirates. They find themselves number 2. 4 games played, 4 wins, no draws, no losses, 10 goals scored, 3 goals conceded, and a grand total of 12 points. In the last 5 games, it's all W's. Win versus Bafana Swallows, win versus Gallants, win versus Chiefs, win versus Arrows, win versus Royal AM. They've been winning. Last time out was the 2-1 win versus Royal AM. And then in Polokwane City, on the other hand, they've got 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw on their last 5 games, with the last time out being a 3-2 loss to Imarumo Gallants in the Carling Knockout Cup, the Carling Black Label Knockout Cup. Here comes Polokwane. When you look at the record for these 2 teams, Mamelodi Sundowns has won 4 of the games. There's been 1 draw, and Polokwane City has yet to be able to beat Mamelodi Sundowns in their last 5 games. And then, of course, the last time out was an MTNA clash on the 11th of August 2024, when Mamelodi Sundowns beat Polokwane City 1-0. And then when you look at starting lineup, Sapunga comes into goal. Matuludi, Nigani, Nkaki, Nkwe, Mapangule, Kambala. That name, Kambala. Lamine, Alexander Apolis, and Tauke. Then on Sundowns' side, a very changed squad. Onyango, Dennis Onyango comes in. Then you have Diruk coming back into the squad to be with Kutsia and Lebusa. You have Morena, Tiwani, Mabue. You have Allender, you have Matthews, you have Mapena, you have Reyners up front. Very interesting to see who's going to be, we were talking about Car, Kutsia, Allender, Ribeiro. So when Ribeiro's not there, I wonder who's going to take that role. And are they ready to hold Mamelodi Sundowns down and, dish the ball to Reyners and Matthews the way that they're used to getting it? So, yeah, let's go from there. The match, of course, is happening at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium, because the new one was packed last night. Just by the way, even though Chiefs lost 1-0 to Supersport, Sundowns is playing at the Peter Mokaba Stadium that is just outside the newer Peter Mokaba Stadium. We'll see how that goes. Here we go. Oh, Polokwane City on the attack. It doesn't look like it's going to be respecting Mamelodi Sundowns. Crazy T, how are you? Mulanta says they lost those packs. Hey, Oksalayo. Lebza says, undermine. I'm not undermining. Like, it's weird to see your game happening and there's something happening in the background too. Like, that's weird. Not for Sundowns. I think there should be a level of respect given to Sundowns. Not to say that this is disrespectful like that, but there should be a level of respect given to Mamelodi Sundowns. But this doesn't feel like it's Anyway, like I said, a lot of changes made by Coach Mangoba. Coming into the season now, seeing a couple of the games, I think we all know what the first team is. There's the A team and there's the B team. And the A team has Abo Ribeiro, Abokeka, and Amvala makes it in there. We've got Reyners and Matthews. And then the other team is, the other team is Mokwena, funny enough. So let's see if Ribeiro-less Sundowns can do something here. Ah, Wongalet, man. Real Madrid lost. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Akibate. We lost by that margin. It was at the Penabao, ne? At the back for Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's see if Polokwane City can't take advantage of them. Look, the last time we saw Polokwane City play Sundowns was that 1-0. And one of the things that stood out from that was, that was the game where Onyango got the red card, ne? That was the game where they were counter-attacking Sundowns quite a bit. Chauke forcing people to come out and get red cards. There was the game where Olibusa became goalkeeper, and I was screaming and shouting for somebody, just somebody to take the shot, man, because this is not a goalkeeper in goal. So let's see what they can muster here. It will be interesting to see how Diruk, Kutsie and Libusa can do versus pace. Chauke and possibly Apolis might be thrown into counter-attacking situations to try catch Mamelodi Sundowns off. So can they deal with it this time? I don't know. But Polokwane City does look very bright. Under coach Putimo Hafe, who's holding the reins there, man. Polokwane City. Very underrated coach, I think. Wait, what's happening? Hey, people are just walking around in the background. Yeah. Oh, a police straight at Onyango. It's distracting. It's distracting, guys. Like, anyway, I actually wanted to say that in the group that we're being undermined. No, this is undermining. This is undermining. But yeah, I don't think the game is any less of a category because of you guys. It's probably just because of Polokwane. Imagine having to play your home games in your home place that's named after you, and you have to use the stadium that's outside the stadium because Chiefs and Supersport were playing. Kind of Supersport, this is going to be their home again this season. It looks like it, Crazy B. It looks like Mokwena is a Team B player now. There's that counter I'm telling you about. Onyango in the same, Onyango in the same, Onyango in the same situation that he found himself in last time out. Don't feel like watching Petway Prem today. We got robbed again. I'm done with this Prem. Aye, bongs. You'll see. Give it 20 minutes. Somebody will be crying about being robbed. It's the South African game. Fananom says, we are Mamelodi Sundowns. That you are. In other news, former Mamelodi Sundowns coach, Ziawa. Ngale Morocco, guys. Oh, Ziawa Morocco. Rulani Shem. Hey, Rulani. Hey, yeah, it's looking bad. Last 2 games in a row had a little bit of the Ntseki. The Ntseki treatment when he was escorted out of the game. Was it last night? Yeah. Tyler says Libra. I'm just saying, Unzima is lit in Morocco right now. They already called him into a meeting once. But anyway, back to the game. Here comes Mamelodi Sundowns. It's going to be interesting to see what Sundowns does. I feel like the longer they hold on to the ball, the harder it is to play through Matthews and Reyners. It does seem like the young Mabena is taking up the 10 role. So let's see what he can do there. I don't think it will be the same type of breakaway. Reyners is coming from a central area there, which I think is he's weaker. He's weaker positioning is central. So if you're playing a 4-3-3 and you've got Reyners in the middle, I don't think that's where his strengths lie. I think he's a counter-attacking player that takes advantage of space. Same with Matthews. So we're seeing them now collapsing inwards and sort of playing a central game, which is going to be very interesting if... Okay, Polokwane City is not scared. It's going to be very interesting to see if they're going to keep that up for the whole game. If they do that, I foresee Uselsman coming in later on to try play that proper striker role, maybe with Shalulile. but I think you lose Tash and you lose Reinas when you play this type of way. They're with players. They're players that want to come in from the side and hit it from that, run in like that. I always say Saleng by 2, so yeah. Bongani says, waiting for my third team to also lose. Then it's a hat-trick of losses will have happened 1-0 and 4-0 yesterday. And I'm so invested in the PSL. I haven't been following the English Prem like that. When's my game? Yeah, it's tonight, ne? Yeah, 6:30. Arsenal, Liverpool. Hey, guys, Lebza, your defense is shaky, Lebza. Your defense is shaky. Yeah?
I see the 40.
No, but look. I'm sitting next to it. So, Arsenal for the win without Saliba. For Mamelodi Sundowns to draw. Oh yeah, guys, what do the bet slips look like? What is the betting for today? So
the game has changed today. There's betting. There's all these people are emotional.
People are emotional. Where have your emotions taken you today? What do the bet slips look like? Let me know in the comments. Straight win, under over 1.5, under over 2, 4.5. First team to score. How did you guys look at this game? Then let's see. Maronza. I get Maronza. Ulogu wena. Shaw matram lapa Orlando. Ngas guti uwe. So I know you're a little bit occupied, Manuena. Lapa center line Orlando. Guys, if you're ever looking for Maronza, for whatever reason, ukona lapa center line Orlando, you'll find him there with the drum. Just look for the guy with the drum, and you go from there. But it's straight to win Sundowns. For Mamelodi Sundowns to draw the K Comfort. Yay. Pace up, Morena. Pace up. You gotta play it early. Ooh. The last time I saw Reyners playing centrally, it was for Bafana. Well, proper centrally, like starting central. It was for Bafana versus Andorra and Shem. He was completely out of that game. You have a pace merchant who's coming in to pick up the ball and play target man. I don't know how well that works. I don't know how well that works. calling Sundowns back. 12 minutes in, it is 0-0. There hasn't been much, eh? Polokwane City have looked the brighter of the teams. I'm taking some pot shots there that were off completely. But yeah, guys, can you tell me, at old Peter Mokaba Stadium, those people are standing down there. Is that place outside? Like, so if you're a ticket holder, you're basically paying to sit on the stands when you could probably just sit right there by the fence and watch the game. Is that what I'm seeing here? Or is it also closed off or what? But I will say, can you imagine playing Sunday League right before Khokena Sundowns? Hey. I'm sure Ulshigisha. I think he's got a team for PSL, one for Champions League. That's why Mokwena will feature. That's true. I guess what I like about Mangoba up to this point, what I like about Mangoba up to this point is that he's giving the players chances. If there was one criticism of Rulani, and I know it's still early on in the season, so it's not as heavy, but one criticism of Rulani is that the chameleon stopped changing colors later on in the season. And funny enough, Polokwane City was the first or the second team to break the win streak. It was them in Cape Town City. So they broke the win streak on the 30th of December, drawing with Mamelodi Sundowns. That was the first or the second time Mamelodi Sundowns dropped points that season, after winning pretty much everything else. Hi man. So Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I like the fact that he's rotating guys in. I like the fact that he's got them warm. The criticism of Rulani was that late in the season, he stopped changing players. He stopped, the chameleon wasn't as adaptable as it used to be. It wasn't changing as much. They became very predictable. Also, the way that you played them became a little bit more predictable. And he couldn't trust on the players that he needed to come in and play because, in my opinion, they just weren't ready to play. He played a lot of these players into the ground. Tebza was played into the ground, the type of games that he played up to the point where he got that injury late in the season. And maybe that had a bearing on the Champions League and also Nazo and also the league stuff. So I like that Umangoba is actually using the full squad. I like that he's bringing players in. I like that he's showing that he's got a commitment to all the players in the squad, because the only problem sometimes with PSL is that you've got a first 12, 13, but you don't have a full squad for when the 12, 13 are gone. Think about the Kaizer Chiefs right now. If we lose a Sereno, for example, what happens to our season? God forbid, knock on wood, that doesn't happen, but we don't necessarily have a plan B. So to see Umangoba in a couple of months of working with this team, have a plan B, have a plan A. We know an A team, there's a B team. He's mixed them in. The youngsters have come in, Abolitlako, have been given chances. Tshwane have come out of nowhere. Hey, maybe second half we'll see the eternal youngster, Umkulise. He's not talkative, very decent man. All that raising consistencies in the game. Ronza did not go to France just for appearance. He's bringing it home. That is tomorrow, ne? The draw's tomorrow. Well, not the draw. The awards are tomorrow. Ronza has to win it, man. This is a training match for Sundowns, says Bongani. It feels like you're playing on a training pitch. I agree. Bongani says we don't have a plan A Chiefs. We're just playing J. Maracay. Nabi's not going to fix everything in 3 months. This game doesn't have that thing, man. They're going very wide. They like this wide tactic. I would have thought they'd be absorbing pressure and then hitting them on the counter to free up space for Apolis to have work. But it seems like, is it Umatuludi? Is running all the way up. That's the space. When Sundowns scores today, it's going to be because Matuludi is all the way up and Matthews takes advantage of the space right behind him. Trust me. Hey, sorry guys. We're in the first half. So PSL took Sinja's advice that Sundowns must play somewhere, not in stadiums. Now we're gonna start fights. Today. Crazy says, what's your problem? I don't have a problem with the youngster. He's got so much of his career ahead of him. Umkulise. We've only seen a little bit of him, and as a 23-year-old man, I think he's got a bright future ahead. He's even 23. Shouldn't he be playing for the under 23s? I mean, young Pitso. Looks like it's going to be a corner for Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's see if they can get something here. Yeah, man, he's just 23. I want Mangoba to play him, but why rush? Corner Mamelodi Sundowns about to be taken by Allende. Can I ask? Look at the stadium. Is this not a really big risk, security risk? Like, you don't even see like cops standing that side. That's the risky riding. Not that it's the most risky. I mean, you have stadiums like Botanic Raven. The bookings with Latina are similar. Long ball hoofed up. I'd also test to Onyango. Onyango can't play the ball properly. So I'd want to press him. Para Polokwane City players were just singing to Mamina, but Kiss crazy T. Why is the stadium even PSL approved? And this is the reason, one of the reasons why VAR is tough to implement. As far as I understand it, a stadium like this would not pass the requirements for VAR and for CAF, for the CAF regulations. So you'll never see a CAF game played here. And that also goes into VAR, because then where do you put the VAR? In some of the stadiums that are not ready, when you have to have all of the people playing, or do you just book out all of the big stadiums in the country and just play the PSL there? Which is kind of impossible, by the way. I'm not happy with match attendance of Sundowns performers, but on social media, supporters, the stand is full. The stand by the cameras looked to be full when they showed the other angle. It's a risky man. Nombulelo, thieves here? Never. Oh, never. That would be a disaster. That would be a disaster. Yes, I must do something, but this is not okay. Stadium players or assets worth millions, security is key. Now you see people, like, guys, can you imagine you're walking somewhere and you're like, oh, there's a Sundowns game. Yeah, man. Look at the people who are just walking through at the back. It's so distracting. It's so distracting. But anyway, we're speaking about that because this game hasn't given us anything to this point, to be fair. Talifag says this game. I agree, Talifag. I agree. So yeah, that's what it is, you know. And if you look at the strictness of the regulations, maybe not for VAR but for CAF. Remember how Sundowns at some point couldn't play they couldn't play CAF games at Lucas Moripe. So they used to struggle when the Bulls had their games at Loftus. I would like to see Jody February more frequently. Hey, the curse of being a goalkeeper. You're benching, now you're going to bench for Kio Onyango. Onyango, goalkeeper of the year. When was it? How many years was it when he won goalkeeper of the year? CAF. If you haven't seen Manana Stadium, you would say Peter Mukaba is way better. Lebrang says now I want to see Shabalala more than February. Who are these guys? Okay, back to the game. I just think Sundowns is holding on to the ball too much. I think they're trying to play a Shalulia game with the Polokwane City instead of putting them under pressure. I think Sundowns is a tad bit complacent. When it comes to Polokwane City, I don't understand why they keep going out wide, because I think that's easier to deal with for Mabusa and Utirog. I would have expected Apolis to feature more in this game, especially in attack, and maybe trying to push Chauke to force Onyango to make the same type of foul that he made when they played the first time round. Nazo, counter. Oh. Yazwela. Oh, hey. Mabue doing the mokwena thing. But he's sloppy. That, you see what happened there? Whenever we speak about mokwena and people say all of the stuff, this is what mokwena used to be good at. You've just lost the ball, it's counter just a little bit. He lashed out even. Trying capture. Shalulile must join the technical team because it's not happening on the pitch. Does Mangoba's football fit Shalulile? That's what I'm asking. Does it fit Mokwena? Does Mangoba's football fit Mokwena? The football that he's trying to play right now. Can Mokwena play inside? Can Mokwena play in that team? If we're being honest. So I don't think sometimes it's about players being bad. I think it's also just about the type of game that you're playing. Is the team playing towards your strengths, you know? And I know ever since Matchbox happened, even his finishing has been off. But in this setup, I'm like, what other factors are going into this? Nah, Mokwena. So people pay for standing up 2 hours. That's not fair. I don't think those people are inside. I don't think those people are they inside? Because I see a road there. But then there's other people up there. I don't know, eh? But you know what I can say? Do you know what I can say? I like this setup. Obviously, if there was a better fence and whatever, but I like this setup. So what the rugby teams do, some of them, I'll speak about the Bulls, is that they have things like beer gardens and stuff like that on the outside pitches goal of us. So in a situation like this, you could make an incredible family atmosphere here. Like an incredible family atmosphere. Womadi jumping castle and all of those type of things. To maybe entice fans to come in. I don't know. Even Kaizer Chiefs Stadium is better than the old Peter Mokaba, though it's small. Does Mangoba fit Sundowns? Oh, that's a good question, actually. This is how I think about Mamelodi Sundowns' recent history. Mamelodi Sundowns' recent history. And by recent, I mean from when Pitso came in. I think Mangoba was very important in how the game has evolved for Mamelodi Sundowns. I believe that Upitso brought in Mangoba and brought in Rulani so that he could cover two of his weaknesses. One of the weaknesses that Pitso may have had is an attacking side. So Mangoba at the time was coaching Bafana Westende, Golden Arrows, and he was a very ball-playing, attacking coach. Unlucky at times with that Golden Arrows team, even though they did win the MTN8, but that's what he was. So Pitso brought him in to be that guy. Then he brought in a young guy and said, no, this guy is new. He understands the modern game and all of that stuff. So he needed lieutenants that could do different things. And I think Mangoba had a huge influence on what football Mamelodi Sundowns is playing right now too. So I don't want to downplay when we're asking, does Mangoba ball fit Sundowns? I think he's part of the key architects of the Sundowns that everybody knows. So yeah, that's where I stand on that. Let's not diminishing. Mangoba Paul is just lucky. Evan. Vipelo says, I love the rotation, but I don't like seeing Kekana and Burawa on the bench, says Vipelo. I like the rotation, but you do have a valid point that if you're going to have a team that has an identity or that has relationships, you know, comfortable around each other, especially in defense, you may need to play a lot of those guys a lot more than you would the attackers or the midfielders, really. So it's interesting, but it's not like Polokwane City has done too much here, if we're being honest. 25 minutes in, no shot on target from Sundowns. Those ones are losing today. Let's see. Oh, Paul. Hey. Polokwane City is playing. Guys, what's this new thing with the smaller teams? I like it, but what's this new team? Because we saw actually show up and try play Mamelodi Sundowns at some points. They were playing a 3-4-3. They weren't parking a bus per se. Hey, are we finally waking up as a league? Like, are we finally seeing teams trying and actually playing? Cole Alexander. Chiefs fans, Cole Alexander at 6 for us right now. How would you feel about it? Not to say that he would come, I'm just saying. How do you feel about Cole Alexander number 6? This Mamelodi Sundowns team won't win the CAF Champions League. Well, Tapelo, the Champions League is one ugly. That's the one thing. The Champions League is an ugly tournament. If you want to win it, teams like the way Sundowns is playing now are usually the teams that win. Have you seen Ahly's play? Ahly, have you seen their play? Yo, Polokwane. So many chances to at least get it on target. Dennis is old and he's been on the bench.
Bafana, man. What?
But the Sundowns won't even make it out of the group stages. Yeah. Fire everyone if that happens. Fortune tellers, no, we're not raking up. Abo Hunt are parking the interstate bus line. No, but Bongs, he parked it yesterday, but in the games before, that Supersport team has been very active to the point where we were saying that what type of football is this that Gavin is playing because he's not used to it. When he played against Chiefs, he went back to his ball. So there seems to be a lot of teams who are willing to play, which is a refreshing thing to happen in the league. Something we need to happen in the league. But it's shocking, man. 3-4-3 with a forward press. And I was like, no, this is not the John Maduka I know. Bring back the John Maduka I know. I wonder if Dance is going to be the other part of the coin and he's going to start defending. Only if Ronan, who missed out match with Sundowns on the second leg, Chiefs was going to deal with Onyango. Lebogang says we're missing Ribeiro in today's game. You're missing pace. It's a thing we discussed on the show and it's a thing we discussed on the show where it feels like Sundowns is nonchalant at times. Like it feels like they're just going through the motions. I don't mind them. Like you see, for example, Chiefs yesterday. We all know the game plays through Sereno. And we know that the other guys can't play like he can. So when he came off and you said they were playing, but they didn't have that thing, man. They didn't have that thing, the final pass or things like that. So now I just feel like they didn't have the final pass, but they were aggressive. You get what I mean? They were losing, but they were aggressive. I feel like Sundowns at times becomes too relaxed. Who says Downs will win this game? Chugan says this team rotation thing is going to kill us a real death. Mangoba must just do changes now. Change.
Football can kill you. Will kill you a real death. You will die because of football.
You'll die because of football. Alright, guys. The teams only play when they play Chiefs. Look at Polokwane City, not even trying. Crazy says rotation is good, but there's no chemistry. So do we want Mangoba to do a hard line? So last season, I suggested that maybe Sundowns needs a hard line between A and B, and players from A will never play in B, and players from B will never play in E. That way, when you're rotating them, those guys are now creating their own chemistry, and when they come in to play with the other guys, or when they're forced to play with the other guys, you can already tell that sometimes things are off. So maybe it separate them. How do you guys feel about that idea? What do you think of Tshwane? Let's profile him. To be honest with you, I haven't been watching him too much when they play. I think he's a solid player. Nothing. He doesn't like scream out when you're watching the game, but obviously you're overshadowed by Bo Alendemon. Overshadowed by Bo Alenda, Nabo Kutsia, Nabo Mokwena when they come in. So I haven't been watching him. What do you guys feel about Utiwan? In a small stadium for Sundowns, fans feel like there are 80K in there. I don't mind the small stadium stuff. I don't mind it, but this is ridiculous. But Kev, you can't all book Ipitamkara. Tshwane has found one thing on the left-hand side. Dlamini is chowing him. Even Matuludi at some point was pushing up very high. Oh, it looks like an injury for Polokwane City player. Just give me a second. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Hey, Pretoria weather has been weird today. It was raining at some point, and then now there's just a ton of light coming in, and it was almost ruining my shot. I had to just go close something quickly, but it's okay. Let's carry on. It is 0-0, 35 minutes in. It hasn't been like, what do we say about this game? Because there hasn't been much here. But for the home team. For the home team. That's the Sinjakoni ground just across the road from the Orlando, from the highway side. There's a Koni ground nyana lap. Can you imagine Orlando Pirates playing there? Just put Polokwane City. They're supposed to get preference, no? But yeah, also. Babu should have been benched, says Uste. Easy 5-0 win to Sundowns, says Wongaletu. Mara, you're going to have to start creating chances. The thing about league games is that there might come a time where Polokwane City goes, we don't have to win this. Why are we running hard? Why are we doing all of this stuff? It's a point versus the reigning champions. They have not lost the game up to this point. There might come a time where Polokwane just says, "I shut up shop, Kwalame Matim again," and they just see out this game and make it 0-0. So Sundowns needs to do something. They also haven't looked convincing in this game. And I just believe that it comes down to the setup of the team. It comes down to Reyners playing as a 9 and Matthews playing as sort of an 8-ish 10 type thing. Like, he's no longer on the wing like that. I think you're just ruining some of those players. Look at where is that Reyners? Look at where Reyners has to pick the ball up, and we know Reyners is not a technical player. Sorry, he's not a technical player. So now you've got him playing half target man, and then trying to make runs centrally instead of, you know, overloading with Morena and then exploiting the space behind the left or right backs in order for him or Matthews to go and win balls. Very weird game this, and it's looking like that game when we saw the other B team come out versus the Raleigh M. Let's give Polokwane City coach. No, Puti, Coach Puti is very good. Coach Puti, super underrated. I'm actually glad Polokwane stuck with him, man. We'll see what happens after Polokwane, but I'm glad they stuck with him. He's got something. Small teams do this on purpose to affect the so-called big teams. That could be true. I just think that even if they wanted to, the municipality looked at this and said, you know what? Rather give Chiefs the other one, because Polokwane City basically plays on this pitch. And maybe there are inherent advantages, like, for example, having the fans there and all of that stuff, and having people passing through and doing all of that. I think it could help. But guys, are these people inside or outside? They're inside, ne? So some of the people paid, or what? Maybe the second half of the game will open up, or the critical phase. But Nom says, what a boring game. Sundowns games are always boring unless they play Chiefs or Pirates. Ah, that's unfair. The 5-0 win over Arrows was interesting. They're inside, ne? But I'm sure there's another perimeter for the stadium just to get into the grandstands, right? These two are associated with the freebies, so they handed them this part of the stadium. Lebza says, I'm hoping for substitutions that will change the game. Lebza, who would you change? Who would you bring in? For Sundowns' bench, you have Petersa, you have Keka Namudau, you have Mokwena, you have Salesman, you have Mkulise, you have Maema, you have Kudisang, you have Shalulile. Who would you bring in, Lebza? Because honestly, I don't think Reyners and Williams are doing too badly. But the problem is that they've got no supply. Okay, agent, is this one boring or tactical? They didn't pay, ne? Stormy D says, what a boring game. I don't know why Babue can bench Mokwena. But says, interesting how it even made my mother sleep. Maramongs, I don't even come with war today. I'm not in war mode. I'm not in war mode. I just need Polokwane to catch them on a counter Haiwan. Nothing fancy, no weird turns or anything like that. And then you see where Machuludi is now. Sundowns counter up the same flank. I think my better must come off from Kulise. Yeah, you guys don't have a controlling 10. And I don't see Mabue doing it from a deep lying playmaker type situation. Island has also been out of this game. We're seeing flashbacks of the chameleon times. Police come to Chiefs. Limisa police. Limisa. You can tell the boy is enjoying playing 8 here at Polokwane, even though, on transfer deadline days, the faxes go and you can't reach your faxes. But I don't know where he would fit. Does he offer us more right now than Shabalala? And outside of the national team, because maybe Bruce has some juice for them that side, but is he better than Shabalala, for example? Would he bench Sirino? Maybe deep lying, I don't know. Bruce showed him to start Mokwena. Montana says Apolis only plays when he's on Bafana. But can we give Bruce his flowers for that? Can we give Bruce his flowers for that? The fact that he's got these guys playing, I think that's incredible. Like sometimes you see different players, and I think that's the mark of a good coach. Prasan lo muntu. Heaven. Let's give. No, I'm not saying. I'm just asking the question. We're heading to halftime, guys. I don't know what we're going to talk about halftime, but we're heading to halftime. So if you want to be part of the show, you have to request. And then you do that by pressing the multi-guest button, bottom of your screen there on TikTok. And then you can jump in and we can have a conversation about what we're seeing here. Mangoba Ngiti. Msweli. Mara. Hey. Nasalan kwatile. Is this a Mangoba's tactics discussion, or is it just Mangoba? Uti people don't like Mangoba. As it stands, Mamelodi Sundowns stay number 2. 2 points behind Pirates, and Polokwane City are actually number 5. They would have a draw here, so that's an interesting take here. That maybe the league means something this year for Pirates. I think it's the players. I think these players are too relaxed for me. Way too relaxed. So remember, halftime, I'm going to let some people in. We'll just look at the game all together. I'll give everybody about a minute or two to speak. Remember, we only have 15 minutes, so guys, hey. Let's hit the point so that we can respect our fellow panelists when the time comes. I don't add anything on, right? Just end it now. Too early to think about a draw in this game, Mr. OT. No, I hear you. I understand, but I'm just like, there is a world where they just go, we'll take the risk. I was about to say. This is not the Sundowns we know. My leader is just trying to prove everything afresh. AG15 says, but the wind is making it difficult. Mara AG15, are these not professional players? They have played with wind, or at the very least can adapt to wind, can adapt to weird things that are happening? Or do they have to be told everything that they need to do? That's a scary thought then. Okay, switch side. Oh. Okay, it seems okay. Look, let's try say something about it before we get to halftime. It seems like Umangoba has brought his front players together closer, and then he's attacking through Mokwena, Umrena on the one side, and Tshwane on the other side, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's the plan for today, and that's what they want to do. Is it sustainable versus Sundowns? I don't know, because once you start to get tired, the spaces start opening up, and that's where Sundowns catches a lot of teams, if we're being honest. This 3 coaches thing will never work. It worked under Pitso, but the thing about 3 coaches is that you have to have a head coach. Remember when they made them co-coaches, Coach Mangoba and Coach Rulani, and one of the stipulations allegedly from Urulani, not stipulations, when the team announced it, they literally said that, all final decisions will go through Umangoba. Okay, guys, it is halftime. 0-0. Yo, that was that was a different game, eh? Hey, that was a different game. Okay, let's see who's here. Let's have a conversation about what we're seeing. Okay, let me see who's here. Just taking his time. And you don't have another serious game to watch. Let me tell past 6, Luna. Let me see who I'm letting in here. Lebza, while I let people in, welcome. Lebza.
Master Oti, today we are struggling a bit, eh?
Yo. How do you feel? How do you feel about the first half and how you guys have set up?
One thing I will say is that we've never blown Polokwane City away. Like, look at the recent results. We've won 2-0. We've always struggled against Polokwane City. It looks like we haven't found answers on how to play against Polokwane City, but today's game is really bad. It's not the
Yeah, Lebza's cutting.
sense
Lebza.
of urgency in terms of penetrating the box.
I think Lebza's network, man. Lebza, I'm going to take you off. Jump back in because it seems like network, man. Let me go to Kumo. Kumo, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Oti. How are you?
Kumo.
Yeah.
Ah.
Kabona. But you know what? I get there's nothing much happening in the game, so let's banter a bit. One thing, ne? What I like about Supersport, because it fixed the country. Imagine having to play after. Imagine having to play after a fully packed stadium with the new Peter Mukawa Stadium, and we, the champions, are playing with the old Peter Mukawa Stadium. Imagine the noise and the disrespect that Chiefs won. One yesterday, the Vagasari Quail. But talking about Benta happen,
Mara Kumo. Waka,
there's nothing to talk about.
Mara time then.
Okay, I'll be fast. Okay, I can see why TikTok, these lives of ours are recorded, because you're gonna see the same thing every time when we play teams against the block. You can see the formation 4-5-1, while Kalohanya, and we keep the ball in long periods and other. But I don't blame them. What if to actually start at different players every day? How to get to prepare?
Hey guys, is it me?
That team was Ronway and Lena.
Kumo, you're cutting very badly, but I'm not sure. Is it me?
It's not you, eh?
I sharp next time,
I don't know what's happening with them.
Yeah, sorry about that, Kumo, but it seems like, hey, something's happening. Karwalo. Agent.
No, I think maybe it's the weather. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Liluna, I didn't know that when Sundowns is cutting Leona, Liluna la kata, lidi phone la kata, lidi network kaufela.
No, man. Onto the game, man. I think the thing is, firstly, let me start with outside factors before I go inside.
Okay.
The pitch is a bit narrow and a bit shorter, so that over the ball top is not gonna work, because the moment you put the ball over the top, the pitch is gone.
Yeah.
And the second thing, we are playing in the direction of the wind. So when you're practicing under normal conditions. So when you put certain pressure at training, today you have to reduce it a bit.
Yeah.
To achieve the same desired result. Because now that the pitch is narrower and a bit shorter, and the speed factor, you have to be very careful. So I don't think the ball over the top would work in this game. But then, like, go into the pitch. The pitch is a bit bumpy, so that also affects the flow of the ball. So it's a tricky conditions onto that.
But can I ask, before you move on from that, agent?
Okay.
Is this a Reina's game then? Is this a Reina's Matthews game? Shouldn't we be seeing Usiela's men, no Shalulile maybe?
Yeah, no, I think in the second half, when you're going to be playing against the wind, the ball's going to hang up a bit longer into the air. So that's when we need a salesman who's going to be able to have hold of the ball. I still feel like you still can have Reyners and Matthews playing off the shoulder of Reina or of Smith, because he's a technically gifted player.
Okay.
And then another problem that we are having is I don't get the fetish actually with the youngsters. Guys, you have to leave youngsters to develop. I always say, but what is his name? Bellingham is playing when he was 19. Guys, he's Bellingham, and there's a reason why you're mentioning one player out of how many.
Yeah.
Let the boys develop. I think there's this peer pressure that because certain youngsters are playing, we have to play our own youngsters, so we have to let them develop. I still maintain that my banners not yet developed for men's game. I still feel like someone said, I think he's graduated from DDC, but not yet ready for men's game. I think there has to be a league between. Maybe a reserve league would have done better
I agree.
for him. You know, so I think that's one thing. And also in the midfield, because Omar Bayana is not cutting in. Remember, he's playing the Ribeiro role. He has to cut in and create and be the creative force and be the quicker one. I don't think he has that in him. So what I would need maybe is to play Umayama there. Who can be able to has the pace and also has the technical ability, and also the fact that Aland and Maboy both have yellow card, we have to take one of them out, probably Maboy, because I don't think it's also a Maboy kind of game. And then you bring Kulisi, then you have speed, and then you have thinking, and you have passes into the game. Then you look much better. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to Prastomi. Hi, Prastomi. What's happening, man?
Hola, Oti.
Stop, Prasto.
Yo, what a boring game. What a boring game. I am boring. And if it goes to 55 minutes, and I change I only look at the book at the HS. I've never seen Sanders play look bang. Secondly, OT, and yes, the police alarm and he had confused about it because abantu bebekudala siyincoma kuthiwa hayi uyascore Sundowns vele iyascore but le game yoba uzodlala ibhola uyiseke kwi-width okokoko then you look for a cross uyabona ngoku 45 minutes iyaphela no shot at goal, no shot at nothing ibhola ayifiki kwela ndawo. Oh, sorry. When the game it has a wind, you need to play bola phansi, start playing team penetrate, ungene boxing. Ngoku every time ibhola kudiruku ithatha ibhola uyisa phambili. Tshwane ndiyazi uhamba nje ngapha ya ibhola every time eyipasa iphuma ngaphandle ayifiki mndini. So something is wrong with in midfielder. You feel, and I still don't know why Umaboya esadlala Sundowns. I still don't know. Even as game Dallas is mala, but siyayibona ngo what is going on. The coach is trying to change the team. Idlala ngale ndlela ayifuna ngayo. Asiyazi izawusebenza for a very long time okanye izawuthi. But in this game, it will be lucky for Sundowns to win. I see a draw game.
Let me go to
thank you, but otherwise we see him now. I see draw is coming this game. Unless trying to change the team and come back with team players as far as my boy and
for time though. For time, Prasto. Let me bring you Montana. Welcome. How are you?
Mr. OT Abu the agent Tommy Z.
What's happening here, Montana? Man.
I tried yesterday and I'm fine now. So let me start by saying I told you guys that Mangoba doesn't care about football. Mangoba he just want to win a game. I said the other day. Mangoba is not even bothered by this football that is being played by Sundowns, and I'm not surprised they are playing like this. He just wants them to win. That's what he wants. And we all know, I told you before, that Sundowns, there's a coach that was chased by fans last night. That the chameleon guy who was chased by fans in Casablanca, somewhere there. Because it's not coaching Sundowns. I always told you those coaches they go to a team that is already built. There's nothing special about those coaches. It's easy to implement your formation or your type of football when you have those players. Look at the squad and the other thing that is happening there. You become too comfortable. You can see the players are strolling because they know they're gonna win without even scoring the goal. Mabuya and Kotse are not combining. I don't remember seeing them passing a ball to each other. I don't remember anything. I've been watching this match Maboy, I don't know, is playing 8 or number 10. I'm not sure. And Kutse is too close to his defenders.
Yeah.
Because Polokwane is not even attacking. And also Polokwane, I don't think they want to score in this game. This game could be 1-0 to Polokwane or even 1-0 to Sundowns. But the score is not going to be more than 2 goals.
Okay. Let me bring in Malemekuzo. Malemekuzo, I have 4 shots from Polokwane City, 1 on target, 0 shots from Sundowns, obviously then 0 on target. What's happening with this game, Malemekuzo?
If vulgar language was heard as I was commenting on the game, I'm sorry, guys. And then also just in TTS Kadak to Puma Jimmy. They are carpooling, guys. Bazang for it's tough, guys. It's tough. These players who are playing for Sundowns must appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah.
Other teams, Copa Lift, Sundowns, they pay you your car.
Yeah.
So they must play like they're earning, Mr. Oti. And the stats are lying. This is why I hate stats. Chauke should have scored. Instead, Ukabile Saitin, Mr. Oti. These players, most of them, these teams actually, when they get chances against Sundowns, about believe a chance. Baya penika. Bayenza yonke le mihlodo. Another one, Matuludi, what a player, Mr. Uti. Oh, Matuludi, what a player, Mr. Uti. It's It's beautiful when it works, and when it doesn't work, it's bad. Then they'll change the scheme.
Yeah. But then shouldn't we ask questions of Coach Mangoba, because surely you should know that this game is not going to be an open game. Is this a game for Reyners and Matthews and them to come back in?
I think maybe if we Coach Mangoba, he saw Lapa, which is playing at Pitso Mosimane Stadium, and he thought Reyners and Matthews will be able to operate. But next to Pitso Mosimane Stadium, the old one, you will be able to see Pitso Mosimane, but you are not playing Pitso Mosimane. That's the only problem, Mr. Witty. But about Matthews, Matthews is not a one-dimensional player. And as much as he's got speed, he's not a player who relies on speed only. He can actually play ball, you understand? So he needs to adapt. It's just that people underestimate or undermine how good Polokwane CC is, Mr. Oti.
Yeah.
Polokwane CC are really good. They are really good. We have to acknowledge first, before we criticize Sundowns in this game, that Polokwane City are a good team. They are a top 8 team. I don't think even Pirates blew them away. If we did, we were lucky on the day. Polokwane City are a good team.
Yeah.
But in the Budalaje Sundowns, Mr. Oti, if you forever changing the lineup, at some point the players become cold. So I think they're cold. We might see a very, very different second half. We might see Sundowns score more than 3 goals. Because sometimes the maximum Mr. Uti, when the game is balanced, it's only balanced in terms of the view that we see, but energy-wise, it's not balanced. You understand? The other team is exerting themselves. That's why it looks balanced. But the time by second half, 65 minutes, they are tired. You start seeing goals. It's a dumb decay, I feel like, because it affects the concentration.
Yeah. For time's sake, what I'll do is, guys, can you give me your score predictions? Agent, what's your score prediction for this game?
1 minute, please. Like what does the English people say? Damned you do, damned you don't.
Yeah, damned if you do that, yeah.
The thing is, last season, towards the end of the season, we suffered. And we've been crying that we had rotation. Now the coach is doing rotation. So what more do you want? And mind you, if we don't play Reyners and Matthews in this game, the problem becomes, it means 2 games. They're going to become worse. But for me, I think he needs to make 2 substitutions. I think we need Mokwena for his long range. Mokwena, Mkulisi, salesman for Alende, Maboe, and Mabena. If you can make those quick substitutions quickly, I see us winning 2-0. Well,
Mokwena and Mkulisi are on the pitch, but I want to ask you very quickly: Isn't this maybe a byproduct of some of the decision making that we've seen with Mangoba late in games. Do you think that that might carry into starting lineups and things, that maybe you shouldn't start this game with Reynolds and Matthews? They come in second half, for example. Are we seeing some of that maybe?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like I said, it was one of those where I feel like Maboy and Allende, they're not necessarily in shape of things, But again, there's a reason why I always say Mangoba makes the obvious substitutions. You see that he has made the obvious substitutions that I just said. Then you will see we're going to win 2-0.
Okay. Let me go to Prastom. Predictions for the game.
Let me say, I wish I win by 1-0. I cannot predict which eyes I win. It's a wish.
Okay, Prastom, how do you feel about the rotating then? Just quickly, how do you feel about Indaba rotate?
He made a good subs. In all the teams
Yeah.
Problem, but otherwise, these are the players we needed to see in this game, because we are born also in the game. If you firstly, who are very comfortable about the confidence when you're passing them the ball. If whether 18 ball is up or you win, that is blowing the ball, it needs someone on job. So we needed such players. So I think we made good subs.
Let me go to Montana. Predictions?
Prediction wise, I would say 0-0 or 1-0. That's what far I can go. But uchinchi team man okokoko ibulala momentum yeteam. I think Londo le yenzeka xa uspoilt choices. So always want to prove a point, but you can win. Get team as that. It's more like ego, to boost your ego. You don't. I went the team boost ego yakba. I did it mna wena. It's kusekola beef ka mokwena no rulani is open no defense Sundowns ngathini ba I want ndifuna uwina ngolhlobo ma wena uhluleke ngalo. You fail to win. Guest players, and we only play against players. Mokwena, we know Omuta, we know the players that Mokwena used to play. And Utatu Mangoba ufuna proof point ba mnanzi says players. That's where the problem is of Velacon, because proof point OT and awukwazi uchinchi core ye team. You can set you can change certain players, but you must have a core of the team, the core that those players that makes the team play. Not change the whole team. When Mabuya, I even forget, but usadlala Sundowns, I'm libala kudadu.
For time. Let me go to predictions.
Funa baluze OT. Funa batyiwe OT.
Prediction, and what do you think about the rotation?
Can I?
That's just another from what people have said.
Well, agent, Mr. Colonel, maybe turn it in. Yeah, I turn it in.
Plagiarism.
Yeah, based on bamboo agent. Make a few get them if you do, even if you paraphrase. If it works out, it's nice. It's the same thing. You're plagiarizing when the agent. But anyway, Mr. Uti, the way that you want to corner, Mr. Uti. That's why the coach ends the pickbacks.
Yeah.
He has to find a way to balance this thing, Mr. Uti. Because very now Pirates are and they are still crying. They are saying, hey, Pirates are in a bench. When are you gonna use these players? Bafana. We are using the same thing. So at some point you have to tweak it here and there, Mr. Uti. But can I tell you, if you're asking me my prediction, I can only give you 2 scores. I can't give you 1. It can either be 1-0 Polokwane City or 3-1 Sundowns.
Okay.
That's my prediction, Mr. Uti.
Okay. No, Manamakusa, thank you so much, guys. We are 5 minutes into the second half. Add 45 to whatever my timer says, and you'll know exactly what the time is. Look, I think the reason why I'm asking, and it's not to say that this is what happened. Mamelodi Sundowns have a thing about at the end of games. It almost feels like when they make those subs and bring in the players, they lose a little bit of their structure, and then everybody's running around everywhere. That's kind of how this game felt a little bit, especially when you see Abo our Reinas, they having to, play centrally. You're seeing Abu Islander going missing a little bit. Abu Mapena, unfortunately, looks like he got injured, having to do extra things. And I asked that, was this the game for those type of players for those type of players to look good against this Polokwane City team? We've seen Polokwane play Sundowns before. You know that you're not going to have that much space. You know that you have to go out for the counter. So then, is it fine to have Reinas on the pitch and Matthews on the pitch? Players who need space, who need to come in behind, who need a defense that's facing their own goals, or a defense that's excited. I was predicting that maybe Matthews was going to score via Umatuluji leaving his spot. But, was this a proper rotation, if that makes sense? Let me put it like that. Mapena, hopefully it's not a bad injury. It looks like it's an ACL or an MCL, kind of inside or outside. I'm forgetting which ACL, inside or outside, but it looks like he was grabbing his head. Let's hope it's not that, and he'll be okay, because that injury, shame. And especially for a youngster, that's tough. Mokwena almost hit his wall. Counter! Counter. You didn't play the ball right. Okay, let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna open, guys. Salesman is on for Mapena. So I think now Sundowns, the football they were playing in the beginning of the game, maybe it does work out a little bit better now. So guys, feel free to request if you're following me, because Sundowns I have to refer game. Gustavo.
Hola, Uti.
Hey. The first half, man.
First half, has been pap. Be pap. Pap, mara, something, man. Has the rotation, and I said it last time. Uti, remember when I said Oripero playing with Usharulile, and who was the other one? I'm not sure who was the other one.
Yeah.
Lodge. That you won't think he looks good, because he's making those smart passes, and those guys are not in tune with those passes. And today you have a Reyners and a Matthews. There's no one to play those smart passes, which they are used to, and they love smart passes, even if there isn't too much space behind. One pass from Ribeiro, it creates that space because you're not expecting it. It's one of those passes whereby you need to be tuned in, and what Matthews usually they are, even if there's no space behind. They get to those balls. So it's Matthews down.
Yeah, it looks like he's been stretched off.
But yeah, it's one of those things whereby it's.
Do you feel that there's a better way to do this rotation? So is it maybe a problem that fine, you're rotating, but now you're rotating in players that are not compatible with each other, if that makes sense? Maybe Usails, Shalulile should have started this game, for example.
That's what I wanted to allude to.
Okay.
What we saw against the Royal AM, those were the players we're supposed to see in this match. In terms of the rotation, especially up front. Those were the players. Also in the middle, those were the players we're supposed to see. Abu Mayema, we're supposed to be seeing them in this game. You need those big players, if I can put it like that. You need those quality players, and you need the extra creativity. Today, I don't think we have the extra creativity going forward. There's that problem, and you look at the opposition also. Polokwane City is not to be messed around with. It's not to be messed around with. I love the rotation against Royal AM, because I knew that there's nothing in the tank in the Royal AM team. So it's much easier you can just switch it up and just put whoever you want, and they would figure it out without the chemistry. But today you need that sort of chemistry. You need that sort of chemistry. And hey, I look at the bench. I'm like, those subs alone, I don't think they would be enough for us to win the game here.
Okay. Let me go to Tyler. Tyler, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yes, OT, how's it, my brother? Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you perfectly, man. I'm good. How do you feel about the game?
First of all, before I comment on the game, I would like to wish Ilandoka congratulations to Williams and all the best. May he, we send the gods to for him to win that thing, man. For Africa, I heard agent was making excuses for Sundowns. They go to the pitch is that. No. There's no pitch that is that here. The Polokwane City coach made good tactical Lendoga changes in his team. He started Sundowns. He realized good there's tshwane on your left hand side. And only found one. He took the first 5-10 minutes of the game. They almost scored. They had about 5 chances, right? And they are playing 3-5-1, and I think it's working for the 4-5-1. That guy Matuludi, Matfududi. I don't know
Matuludi,
the way he's playing in that midfield and he's assisting his defense, he's dropping in as if when Sundowns is attacking, he becomes the 4th defender. But when they're in attack, he comes in the middle. So they're playing very well. Let's give that guy his flowers. He's very good. Then when it comes to Sundowns, we are seeing you are introducing the new style of play, OT, as a coach. Yeah. You played about how many games? 4 games so far, and you are right. You are introducing a new style of play. You can see that other players are not comfortable with this type. They're still learning. They're still trying to get to know this thing. And now we are rotating on top of that. This is why we are seeing this type of inconsistency when it comes to Sundowns. And on top of that, teams are dominating against them. It looks so weak now because they are not speedy. They are not going. They look tired. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But I don't think they will win CAF. For sure. Mark, I keep saying in this platform, they won't win CAF.
Okay.
Mark, they won't win it.
Yeah, well, can I ask you something? I want to ask you something about the rotation aspect of this. Is it also maybe risky to be rotating first and non-first players into teams together, because there'll come a time where you need everybody to be on in the first team and they haven't played, let's say, for 2 or 3 games together? Do you think there's a risk of that too?
There's a way on how you do it when OT, right? You have, if you look at the likes of your Barcelona, your likes of Madrid and all those teams out there, they have a core. The first 6 or 7 players, right, are their core, and then they change there and there. They change there and there. But the first team, the first 11, there's a core first 11, and then they keep introducing players there and there. They don't just change every now and then. They change players. The first 11 just change. Look at the game they played last time. Those guys, you could tell they don't have games on their legs. They were sluggish. They didn't run. It was a boring game. And we're seeing that today because he keeps changing them. There is no core. What is his core? Even yourself, you say, no, there's a first, there's a second team. There's no first team, there's no second team yet.
Yeah.
They just put everybody because they just want to give everybody a chance. But that's not how it's done. Type of football he wants to play, the players are not comfortable enough and confident enough with that type of play. Right? Yeah. And then on top of that, you are rotating. When you are rotating, people are not used to playing together 10 to 15 matches.
Yeah. But for time's sake, though, Tyler, for time's sake, I'm going to have to jump in. Let me see if Lebza, ring network, man.
No, ke switchitse to phone ka re Wi-Fi ya ka ina le mathata.
O bona ha go fokola team le di Wi-Fi ya fokola ka re just listen everything.
No.
How do you feel about this game, Lebza? Welcome.
Hey, man, you know what? And there's one thing I'll credit our coach for is that he knows which substitutes to make. You see now, Ochenchile, the team, and you can see what there's some build-up happening now. Like we are getting there. The goal is coming. You can just see we are starting to build up proper, and we are getting there. At Sundowns this season, people will get opportunities, man. If you're working at training and you're proving yourself, the coach will come and say, hey, you've proven yourself. Come, show us what you can do in the game. We're not going to have issues of last season where people are fatigued and we keep on sending love notes. Hey, I'd take a bullet for
Don't
you.
give up on
and
me.
The person is injured. This season, everyone will be match fit. And when they are needed, they'll be brought on and they will play. And people act like we blow Polokwane City away. We've never blown Polokwane City away. What were the results under their coach? Coach Uncle Morocco now. What were the results? They won't discuss that because the memory is short. It's reserved only for Coach Mangoba. So one thing I'll tell you is that we've drawn 0-0 against Polokwane. We've won 1-0. We've won 1-0. We struggle against Polokwane City. There's someone who's been beaten left, right, center there in Morocco, which I'm hoping they don't fire him because I support him as a South African.
Yeah.
But people are still held on to that, and they speak so fond of his team, the Sundowns that he was coaching, as if we blew Polokwane City away. Then we've never blown Polokwane City away. It has always been this tight. But generally, I'm happy with the changes that have been made. We just miss one more change, and then we are ready.
Let me bring in.
But we should win 2-0 in this game. I support that prediction by Agent. I think 2 goals are coming.
How supporter the team tsa bo Vodacom man Nedbank tsa rona ha di teka no matter what's happening ko ground. How's
ga ke feel le gore ke shebelletse gaming ka re ke shebelletse Spare e dlala le Warriors convert kore ha una next mara ka mokgo ba tlo bua ka teng e mona santshang tsa no tena o tlo bone Pitbull tlo etsang Polokwane City ha re bone fuck all ho budu international next fuck all ha una next ha ke so bone game e boranso ha ke so e bone ka boyelo ba kai ha ba tloema mona ba ke ba go jwetsa go tsatsing lena ho etsalang, and I think hoja coach no je ka mo ka Polokwane ha ina le hlonono seema ke a o jwetsa ka be Polokwane City no je na etsa mapele ka 2 goals.
Yeah,
yeni yona ke shoka yona
jale Ausintabi angeke khone Sundowns go hutela go gaming ene
abo ka re shebeletse Spell Warriors nna ke bone nix mo bototi honestly yana ke bo reile ha rena taba re jwe mabande re tloele mara ya yona e le re shebitsenyo ha ke so e bo
Ausintabi ko pa ba bolelle hore no go dlala mang ho na le stadium mane se bonahalang mole a re dlale ka ntle rona
mo me bonga ka hlela sfateng fela mo shebella game ka padule ka odima ka ratsi tse mo fela mo masenkeng a itulela ka shebella game jolo ka sela sa bo rona kwa ha bo rona kwa Charles Mopedi ha ba ne ba rata ne ba hlolla di fate tsela tsa sekolo sa Mampoint then ba shebelle ka ha re tloeleng Sundowns ha ke so eli ya today yona ele enwe hape abjoti okay it's like team enwe le it's like team enwe le enwe it is a high tlo dlala le rona because of ha ke ba bone bo morena ban ha ke bone nix nna ke bona fela kapo ba ka dingwe ka shekule mangwele a se a bona ha ke understand go etsala ha ka tba dlala le rona o ka bona ba tse dipotomana hampe bona tjena
ai ke ba ba tla kora Ausintabi re ke ke Montana Montana
a police ke wa ba bolai
o tsogile a police Montana Polokwane is waking up. Polokwane is waking up.
They just missed a chance, Mr. OT. Look, this Chawuke guy. I don't know what. He miss it. What a chance by Police. Police is trying to come out now. These guys. And I'm not sure. I don't think they want to score Polokwane City. They don't want to score. And you can say, I don't know why Mangoba is not putting Mayema. I'm sure maybe he also took a bullet for Rulani, because the guys who took a bullet from Rulani, maybe they're still covering from those bullets that they took for Motaung and Mayema and Tebo Mokwena. But as much as there are changes, but there's a small glimpse, but not much difference. It's still the same game, boring game. You give me the ball and I give you the ball back. It's like that. Maybe they will fix their differences. I don't know, because now, but I'm glad they are playing like this. I want you to see Kutse. Did you see Mokwena when he came off? The shots are small. The guy is fat. Even Kutse, I don't know. They look like bouncers.
What time?
They look like bouncers from those taverns, from Polokwane taverns. I'm not sure. It's bad, man.
What time?
Second, I want them to play like this game. We'll beat them 6-0.
Okay.
Come second.
Let me go to Asanati. Asanati, welcome to the show. How are you? You guys kill me. Hi, okay, Asanati. Okay, what I wanted to say, guys, what did I say about Mamelodi Sundowns and the way Polokwane City played in the first half? 2-man counter, go with Apolis and Chauke and run at that defense. That's how Polokwane City would score in this game. Sundowns has made changes, and like I said about changes with Coach Mangoba, it almost opens up for the other team to start playing. And that is something that they need to start worrying about. I think Sundowns is looking for the goal. And in looking for the goal, they might concede a lucky counter goal, and then Polokwane shuts the back door. So these are the things we need to look out for. He makes the subs, but then when you look at it, almost 65th minute onwards, it's a bit tough. Let me go to Indy. Indy, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Indy, what are we watching here? Tell me. Hey.
I'm not even watching this game. I'm in US, but I always try to follow, especially on your.
You're welcome. What time is it that side?
It's 9:26. I'm going to go to the church. Yeah, I'll be at church by 10:30. So what I want to say here, whatever that is happening in that stadium, I like it for Pirates. I don't want to say more.
So you came with violence before going to church?
Yeah, I will pray. Don't worry. But whatever that is happening at Sundowns, whatever that is happening between the Bafana players and the coach, I like it for the Pirates. So we'll capitalize on this one. Let them go like this.
Moto, utlisa violence to my show, and then it's gonna go pray after this. Oh, here comes Polokwane. Hi, man. No, enjoy church, right? Pirates. Look how US it's like a violence. Let me go to Chile. Chile, welcome to the show. How are you? Okay, let's carry on. So like I said, the pattern with Mamelodi Sundowns has been around the 65th minute. When changes are made and other players come in, it's almost like it becomes ping pong. So if you watch the show, I've told you guys about the game becoming ping pong with Mamelodi Sundowns, where now it's mano a mano, it's whoever can score. And that can be a lot dangerous, especially in situations where you don't have a lead. So usually Sundowns will be sitting here with a 2 or 3-0 lead, right? We've seen that in a couple of games, and it wouldn't matter that much. But now, the more you allow Apolis and these guys to catch momentum, you might concede an unlucky goal, and a performance that maybe was meant to be a draw becomes a loss. They played well when they started out that second half. Mara, now. Or maybe this is the bait. Maybe you're baiting Polokwane so that you guys can catch them on the break. 71 minutes in, Mamelodi Sundowns 0-0 versus Polokwane. Polokwane, when they're under pressure, that defense leaves a lot of big gaps that Sundowns should be able to take advantage of in this half if they play their cards right. But then when you look at a Polokwane and that attack of theirs, I think they've looked dangerous themselves. They've looked dangerous themselves, so we'll see how it plays out. Hey, Kodisang, pulled to the ground. 71 minutes in, and this is the team people say will score 5. Says Ubangani. Musa says they intentionally took the game to a smaller pitch to make it difficult for Sundowns to stretch. Well, to be fair, hey, there's a storm coming. To be fair, if we're being 100% fair, this is the pitch that Polokwane has used quite a bit this season. So if we're being fair with them, we have to say that this is where they play. And if this is an issue, hey, Zwelithini is going to be an issue. The other small stadiums are going to be an issue too. And me, I don't want to give people a crutch. Akibaatle. Uyashutiwa, guys. Just to see if Onyango's awake. This storm mustn't stop this game. We can't carry on watching this. It must end before the storm comes. What a save from Onyango, showing that he still has it. No, Machuludi is a player. He's a player. No, a storm for rain. There's a huge thundercloud with lightning that is heading towards that way. They've been showing it on the other side. Corner to Polokwane City. Hey, the wind is blowing the ball all over the place. Oh, Ziawa, man. I didn't see. Guys, I didn't see your answers. Cole Alexander. Would you take Cole Alexander as a DM for Kaizer Chiefs? Again, with this new Chiefs. Shoot, boy. Oh, shall we tibang? Sundowns is in tibang right now. The great AG15 says, Matuludi is my man of the match. Football prediction says, hey, Sundowns, you were here. What were you saying yesterday? MK says, yes, it can actually work. I'm just curious because we've been speaking about defensive midfielders at Kaizer Chiefs. So when I see him, I'm thinking of a player that we hadn't let go. And maybe he could play in this game. Ooh. Okay, here comes another corner for Polokwane. Sundowns is in tibang right now. Too far, boy. Too far, boy. Too far, boy. Nah, man. What was that, Oswin? These guys could score, guys. But also Sundowns counter. They could get something here. So yeah, that's Mangoba underestimated Polokwane City. You have to rotate, so you have to see what you're going to rotate or which team you're going to rotate with. Matuludi, what happened to Matuludi? What happened? Again, Polokwane City, 8 attempts, 2 on target. Mamelodi Sundowns 0-0. 75 minutes in. Coach Pucci didn't even have to take a phone call this time round. He didn't have to take a phone call this time round. Nobody called him because man, Mokwena's there. Mokwena's playing. He came on halftime. Mokwena came on halftime, so he's been there for what, 30 minutes now. Okay, there's they showed the Chiefs fans, they showed the Pirates fans. Oh, let me see. Salesman is just here for salary. Yes, I wanted Salesman. Like I wanted him to come on and maybe prove a point or prove himself. Mara in the games that Salesman has played, Hashem. He seems like a liability. But I guess those are the risks that you take. If coach changed this football prediction, change and do what? Change and do what? Who must coach bring on? Wait, so if Chiefs and Pirates fans were not there in the stadium, boga. So he says we're lonely on the top. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. There's a good 15 minutes of this game left. Risk you take for scouting players from YouTube. Larissa men bam YouTube. But we need to have a real conversation about some of these players. Didn't Esquivel have to be loaned back out? Martinez have to be loaned back out. Who else struggled? Mendieta, a foreigner that struggled even though he played in the PSL. We're seeing salesmen struggling right now. Must we start to question the transfer policies of Mamelodi Sundowns? Or will that only happen if they lose something? Then it will become Mangoba's baby. Paris learned from Makesi game to always field the strongest lineup. Martinez is back. Oh, is he back? Man, who's the one who got loaned out? Was it Martinez? They brought him back. Interesting. Harrison. Well, how long can you play your first team? Savrida. What's Savrida? How long can you play your first team before you need to change them? How long? I think we're still early in the season and it's still not as crazy, but that's going to be a question that Paris is going to have to answer. Even these ones, clearly, are going to have to answer the same question. Corner to Mamelodi Sundowns, 78 minutes in. Can they get their goal? And maybe Bona will see them close, shut the back door and relax. All in. That was the ball in Reina's far post. Couldn't play it back in. You can tinker a bit, but not the whole team, says Musa. They need Umchita Utre. Hey, Lumchita Utre.
That's the Nyoso I know. I don't want another Nyoso. I didn't bring the other Nyoso. I brought the Nyoso that I know. Because that's not the Nyoso that I want. The Nyoso I want is got pressure, stress, he's dodging, he's dribbling, he's shooting, he's assisting, he's breaking the line. This is the Nyoso I know. Now when I don't get that Nyoso, then one Salukhayo will
Morocco, coach, but I saw somebody mention Nyoso. Maybe Nyoso should come in. Who knows? Maybe Nyoso should come in. That's all. We lost yesterday, so maybe with all of the comments I was seeing, maybe a loss is on the cards here because Pirates had their loss the previous week. Kamakesi. Tell us pet sleep. How be pet sleep? How mama pet sleep? Sundowns is not here to play. Oh. How about the conversation, the combinations? Polokwane part. Okay, no. That's defended. Ah, Sheleni, we want the Nyoso man. Now I get it. He's busy telling people Nyoso. They don't get what's. Some of the Sundowns players are punters. Larabite under 1.5. We can't even move till this game is done. We want to go into Twitter to congratulate Polokwane. 80th minute, it is still 0-0. And the game is not picked up. We were talking about him, Musa. We were talking about him. He's not in the lineup or on the bench. How's it?
Sundowns game e ba e dlalang tsatsi le bitswang wa tsa ke kutlu di bitsa ka mabitso ye e bitswang ya tsatsing le.
I can see. How's it? I can see. How does the horse se ka buang hore game e ke? Go, let's go. Oh, Zakala, how's the tabby Zakala? Polokwane City, 1-0.
Ha ba teta Polokwane City ba pake bus ba gele ka ntle fela. E
Oh.
kgatlhetse batho ba ba bua.
Ba nke di-bus kaofela tsa ko Polokwane, ba di beo pela di ke pale.
Ba ke bus ba ba kwale bolomo.
Okay, I'll sit tabby. Hey.
Ya ba di support ya hona o hlaisitse le le bore ba na le mali mamate.
I'm feeling who's the tabby?
Ziyakhala and loudspeaker and I couldn't do it off. I no couldn't do it off. Hayi ziyakhala ke manje.
Ziyakhala.
Hayi ziyakhala ke manje.
Batatazela kubhlungu ayishem.
Ere ke kenye le yona.
Bathini ukusheka ngesulu njalo.
Oh, kakase.
Wakakasela, why you kakaseling, my brother? Relax.
Okay, I'm sorry. Guys, 1-0. 1-0. People are laughing last night, Akir. People are laughing last night. Where are you now? Last night, people are laughing. But okay, like I said, it goes back to the thing I've been speaking about for a couple of weeks now. And it may not be 100% what happened in this game, but Mamelodi Sundowns get sloppy towards the end of games. And they concede towards the end of games. Or not concede, well, they have conceded, but there's a lot of chances that are given. Polokwane could have had 2 chances there. The header that went over somehow, but then this too. So now I'm sitting here and I'm going, they have to look out for this. They have to look out for these type of things that you can't allow teams to start playing. And I don't know what the stats are right now, Mara. Is it still 0-0 in terms of shots on target?
Wabafana, man. What?
Bring the bus. Bring the double bus.
You're just trying to park the bus?
Go there and park the bus. Park the bus. Park the bus. Park the bus.
Park the bus. You've got 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Park the bus. Please park the bus. Are they gonna concede these ones? Oh, now you play Reina's football. Now you play Reina's football at the end of the game. That's when you want to go wide and give Reina's balls. Now you play that football. Okay, Sundowns could score. That's the problem. Sundowns could score. Let's see. Oh, Kodisan. Itende, Nziwa. Direte. I smell a second goal, says Umondana. Hey, I smell a slip from Polokwane. Someone's going to slip and give away a goal here. 85 minutes in, Polokwane City has taken a 1-0 lead versus Mamelodi Sundowns. I hope this ends because I can't be the only one that got beaten this weekend. And Sundowns, if it ends like this, man, I'll be so happy. Just not because Sundowns lost, but just because at least the banter won't come to me only. Who's going to jump in and say something here, I'm sure. Okay, here comes Sundowns trying to get something back again. Okay. Wait. Sundowns, if nani ndiwe.
Abantu bayakhala ngikhali ngiyowani. Angikhali ngiyowani sikhala sibaningi. Nangumngani wami ngapha uyakhala ngikhali ngiyowani sikhala sibaningi.
They have to lose. Sikhala sibaningi man. Now, umngani wami nangu naye kumele akhale. But here comes the goal. Oh, what a take. What a take, Sapunga. Let down, boy. Sikhala sibaningi. Yesterday I was hurting because we lost to Supersport. Do you know what this does for me?
Guys, like ngikhumbulile like namhlanje rock cause being heard but I'm back.
Being heard is all, but I'm back. Okay, let's go. 87th minute, still 1-0. 9 attempts from Polokwane, 3 on target. 0 on target from Sundowns, 0 attempts. I get rotation and all of that stuff. Mara, just look shooter. Shaipani. But let's see, here they come again. Corner Mamelodi Sundowns. It looks like the idea is that they're going to crowd the goalkeeper and see if they can't force a mistake that way. Let's see, the great AG15 says this game must end now, please. See here, PC Pirates says School of Guicho. We still have to face Cape Town. You're looking too far. Who's that? Renas. Nazo? You should have fallen, boy. Hey, Apolis went for it there. Apolis went for it big time there. Big teams are losing. Chiefs, Downs, and Real Madrid. Sundowns will lose this one. Come on, Kabuyelo. I see there in the comments. Wonder what the fans will say. Kof and Pacey. Shaleni says, hey, 0 shot, 0 on target. Liseri says we're lonely at the top. Hey, Askulum Nan. Friday game. Askulum Nan. Coach Baker plan 0 shot at goal. It's insane, eh? It's insane. Shalolo says Usmanga. Tumamina says Master TD. Debo Mokwena with a yellow card. 88 minutes. We're going to 89 minutes. Yo. Hey, Kalibona man. Ko commenting. Yanbara ni minye.
Father God, send help. It's tough.
2 minutes is a lot, barely. 2 minutes is a lot. Z says, I said it about this coach. Sundowns, it was just a serious. Bet sleep ring. Mukwena's body language not make sure says Tembingosi.
Sisekake. We're in big trouble. Nothing is coming right. And nothing will ever come right.
I'm just saying. CIC said it best. Where's the agent? Hey. Yeah, people were having us yesterday. The referee must just end this game. Oh.
Bathi ukusheka ngesulu nje.
Oh, kakase.
Why you kakaseling, my brother? Relax, go.
Why kakaseling, my brother? Relax, go. Do man. But I love it for the Kaizer Chiefs. Oh, I love it for Kaizer Chiefs. I love it. Must be West Onke, guys, at least, man. Pirates can have this week because their week was that other week was Pirates' week.
La penis kalena. Ualena wa penika. Do penikisha tut.
Polokwane City penikisha bathu man. Ipenikisha bathu man. Agent 1-1, just one. You just need one. It's going to be make it one of those stories where the only shot that came from Mamelodi Sundowns, the only shot was the one that went in. Ba pennies, come on. Tlogela go pennies, come on. Go and score your goal. Agent. You don't get that. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that when you guys are losing. Imagine now I stopped you from coming in. Polokwane City.
Polokwane
City. Hey, Ivale mfana man. Expecting Shalile to score in 2 minutes. Oh, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. That would be crazy if it does. Look at this comeback. Ivale mfana. Ivale. All the way shot, man. Every single pass from Polokwane.
Bring the bus. Bring the double bus.
You just tried to park the bus?
Go there and park the bus. Park the bus. Park the bus. Park the bus.
Park the pass. Please, park the pass. You've got 30 seconds, man. I used to remember Rulani used to love these type of games. Oh, Tibang. Hey, Tibang. That should have been a goal. Yo, Tibang. They took, they gave us 85 minutes of no excitement. Chaba coach put 80 something minutes of no excitement. Then they want to give us 90 minutes worth of excitement at the end. Take your time, keeper. Ref. Oh, attempts one. You've got an attempt at least now. Mara ref. Nazo, Mamelodi Sundowns. Coach Bangoba. Hey, Coach Bangoba and the three wise men. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Ziyakhala and ziku loudspeaker and I couldn't do it off.
Thank you guys, man.
I no couldn't do it off.
Thank you guys.
Ziyakhala ke manje.
Thank you guys, man, for taking away the shame that us as Chiefs fans felt, man. You know, as a Chiefs fan, I know what I'm feeling right now.
Abantu bayakhala angikhalingi one sikhala sibaningi nangumngani wami ngapha uyakhala sikhala.
Okay, everybody's gonna get a minute, guys. End of the game, a minute. We're gonna break down the games probably tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the normal game. Mamelodi Sundowns has lost 1-0 to Polokwane City. Let's hear what people have to say, man. Let's hear what people have to say. Hey, being heard. Kumo being heard. Now I'm back, man. Thank you for saving me the shame of this weekend, man.
You are most welcome. I'm glad I could bring some joy to your lives. And guess what? You're still gonna win this league, bro. It's only a hurdle. It happens. It wasn't our best game. Experimentation didn't work in our favor. So we move on. It's not like we lost anything here, bro. We're still number 2. I know you're gonna catch up to Pirates. They won't win the league. So I don't. Shame, la lawyer, shame. So much excitement for our loss. Oksala, despite our loss, you're not in the top 5. I'm not gonna mention any teams, but you guys know yourselves. Dango, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hey, Oscar, 1 minute. Let me go to Velile. Mtakababa. Hey, yasinceda man. Hey, yasinceda.
Banodlamela abantu laba yazi. But at least remember I've sent the clip during the weekend grouping. Ngathi ngathenga uagent ngathi ngizoyigcina just for future reference. But it happened ngeviki ukuthi at least today I saw the depth ka salesman, I saw the depth ka Kodisang, I saw the depth of the ever developing or developed or developed for 10 years in a senior team Kulise. I saw the depth. Hey, yeah, no man. Life is good. life is good. Yabona uNkulunkulu usithanda zonke, sheshe ukuyiphendula imithandazo yethu. Kaphelanga neviki ngisasho ukuthi kuzoshintsha nje. Sizoyigcina le ndaba agent ngizayithumela futhi ngisho ukuthi le ndaba le. Sekangiphendulele uJehova. Uthanda zonke. Ukujabula kuyashintsha. Amen.
Okay, amen. Let me go to CJ. CJ.
It's the OT. Uthi the Michael Jackson. Uthi, you are not alone. I'm here with you. Though you're far away. I am here with you. Ziyankala. Mr. OT. I've never seen a match. I've never seen a match. The stadium, the football, it all goes together. You know, it all goes together. High school football, high school grounds. Finally, but this thing makes sense. Tomorrow, Mr. OT, I just came to say, we are not alone.
Yo. Hi, Penta, agent. You have to account now. Hey. Hey.
Yeah. Check 1 2. I'm still alive. No man. Let me start by saying I don't get the weird fascination with the fact that games are boring.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
We watched Pirates, people said Pirates was boring. We watched Chiefs, people said Chiefs was boring. We watched this game, said this game is boring. I don't know, maybe we have to define what is fun. Is fun keeping goals in, keeping goals out? What is fun? You know?
It's short.
Sometimes even with shots, even Super Sport had shots, Pirates had shots. So, like I said, I don't get the fascination. Just because the game is not going, it's not a high scoring game, doesn't mean the game is boring. I think it was a highly technical game. Morena put team Ahly, it was one of my favorites. He won the technical battle on the day, you know, and you have to give kudos to that. I don't think we have to say that it was a boring game. No, it wasn't a boring game. It was an okay game. And they came out with a low block, not a low block, but a medium block. They're not pressing up too high. They're not dropping too deep. And that was wonderful. And also they used the pitch to the advantage. Wonderful tactics. So we have to give kudos to Polokwane City. And mind you, Polokwane City is our hoodoo team, just like Cape Town City. They are our hoodoo teams. Last year, who stopped Rulani's winning streak? It was Polokwane City. Today, our winning streak is stopped by them. Our 100% is stopped by them. So sometimes you have to accept and give kudos to the team. And then, unfortunately, the subs also didn't come in. You know, sometimes I hear people fighting for Mokwena. What was Mokwena doing, unfortunately? I know people are on sales, but he didn't do anything. He had 2 shots, poor shots, you know? So we take the loss. And I asked you during the week, who's going to blink first between Patrice and Sundowns? They have blinked. So now let's see. Now, the weird fascination about this thing is usually what happens is when teams are on 100% and one of them falls, usually the second team also falls. So I'm not worried about this. Give kudos to Polokwane City. I'm okay with this result. I'm not tired. I'm not with anything. So
when I was saying this, people are looking at me snacks, but it's fine. Let me go to Malebekusa. Hey.
Thandazane nonke lemini namhla yemi kusasa nguwe lemini yezanakuwe thandazane nonke. Last week bakuyithi Mr. OT. Hayi, last week Pirates bekuyokuphela edliwe. Abo Sundowns nabo Chiefs bawinile. Lemini yezanaku. Manje ithi simile kanje. Sibekile. Spegile sithi awu nidliwa Polokwane City. Lawa ekuthiwa iPirates ithole an easy draw. Idla bona. Nidliwa bo supersport. Lawa iPirates kuthiwa ithole an easy first half draw. Kanti imaphi lamathima easy Pirates edlala now? Because the Chiba United we know it's going to beat Kaizer Chiefs.
Evan.
Imaphi lamathima swakhe? And I will need 2 scores, Mr. Oti. 3-1 Sundowns or 1-0 Polokwane City. Now, Mr. Oti.
Maramaronkisa guy. I'm happy today. But focus on man, Kopitor.
No, I'm just saying, Mr. Oti. Last week, we didn't as a collective. We didn't group of Gushega. Yes, in Kaganoke, Mr. Oti. The only big team to win is Pirates. The rest, besides Polokwane City, Mr. Oti, but we have to respect Polokwane City. They have Matuludi, Mr. Oti. I hope the big man, Hugo Bruce, is watching. Matuludi is a key player, Mr. Oti. Since Van Rooyen is injured, Tate Khoza do the things. Mr. Oti, Siabo.
Okay. Let me go.
Next game.
Ebana.
Mamela. You have suffered enough against Supersport. I am so sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
What time? Also tell me. Man.
Ka mokgwa ke thabileng ka teng ka mokgwa ma Sundowns a buang haholo ka teng ha ona ntwe ke thabileng jalo ka tsatsing lena o re fela moshenyana fela a itloela kwana a tlotla le go sa skotlolo sena se le se gwetseng ene up to agent butle go jotsa hore this game it was not boring enable ga this game ha ona ke re le tsipa tshole se sa tsebeng nix ka bolo na bona hai ene rona maobane re jwe re lekile re le ka ho kora haholo re na le ke gona re na le shot on target tse 20 lona nothing butleng ho remella bathong wait a re mulle butle enable ga this game boring the pitbull pe
Hey bara time I lost the time let me go to Presto me 1-0 loss.
Yeah, well deserved loss. We deserve to lose this game. Honestly speaking, we deserve to lose this game. Oti Gaga, I want an answer from you. What kind of coach is a bench if he the whole 90 minutes? Then he will stand up, come play the game for interview. What kind of coach is that? And we don't know who's the coach. It seems who's very much interested with Sundowns. But my Compel was always on the line.
Yeah.
Natsiga umanqoba nqidi is always sitting next to his lapdog and yali ndaba yenzayo. So clueless. I've never seen Sundowns playing Bora so. That was a boring game. And we cannot make excuses because it is our team. Sundowns was playing a boring game. It changes, they made nothing. It was better ngoba bekhona umokwena ube better ngaye but going forward, the team it was fucked up. Midfield the team.
Oh, Presto, ungathukani. Uzongiblokisa.
I want to go. So, a game we deserve to lose namhlanje, and I'm happy for these results because abantu so much besithi kasitha ngomanqoba sithi zikhona izinto we don't like about the team. Abantu but the team is changed is playing too much quick.
Yeah.
But we've seen nothing quick lower. I got a shot at goal, it was pop. So we deserve to lose. And well done to Polokwane City as a coach because he homework and we cannot make excuse about the wind. Because the wind it was favoring us the first half. Second half it was favoring the Polokwane City. So we could not use advantage of a wind. So the problem it was on us and the Polokwane City deserved to win. And these things just there's nothing umanqoba which is better than kwinto ayenza ibisenzo kurulani. There's nothing. But abanye will make an example baxele nge-MTN 8 ka 2008 which is 16 years ago. Lord yaphela a team that deserves to win iwinile namhlanje. Aba who deserve to lose the game they lost the game and Congratulations to Polokwane City.
Okay. Pastor Mintuli, welcome.
Hey, Mr. Uti kuhamba kanjani?
Mina ngimamela abantu man. Hey, Polokwane yawina and hey.
I know, man. It was a well-deserved victory from me, Polokwane City. I think they were they played well defensively, especially they didn't give much space to our players eLokunjana eSundowns. But nje ama players eSundowns mayiphethe ibhola, there's someone who sephefumula emqaleni we player eSundowns, yabo.
Yeah.
So I think for them, Sundowns, I would say it's a good result for them, especially because if you win a lot, sometimes you tend to be blindfolded from ama weaknesses. So with these results, maybe they will go back and then self-introspect, check ukuthi yikuphi la bangalungisa khona. So mawuwina njalo, it's dangerous sometimes because khona izinto ongaziboni as negative. At least they got this defeat while it's still early on the season. But it went down to Polokwane City. I think they played well. The fact that Sundowns only had 2 shots and 0 shots on targets, it tells what the defense Polokwane City was solid. And then before that goal came, I saw what this goal is coming with Polokwane City. They were getting multiple chances.
Yeah.
Williams, I'm not sure. Maybe Williams will pay to Manchester corner.
Manchester team. No, Tilly, thank you.
All right.
Guys, we're going to chop it up properly tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. We're going to be live. We're going to have the normal show Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. So that is why I'm going to let everybody come in. I just want to close it now to say, very, very boring game, number one. But then also, I think the things that we've been speaking about over the past few weeks with Mamelodi Sundowns, when things were going right, there's a couple of little things where today it didn't make sense to have Reynolds and Matthews on the pitch when you're playing them central. People speak about Usirino. How about we speak about Ribeiro's impact on Mamelodi Sundowns and their attacking play? When we speak about Polokwane City, we can tell that they came here prepared and they actually put Mamelodi Sundowns under pressure for a very long time. The sad part about this game is you can't have a 90 minutes, guys, and 1 shot, 2 shots, not on target, 0 on target. I think that's the biggest thing that that should scare Mamelodi Sundowns right now, Uti. And you guys didn't come up with chances up until last minute. And what I said about Polokwane City as well, just hit them on the counter, man. Two-man counter, Apolis, Tauke, let them run. Let them run at that defense when they're back in a 2. Sundowns, last parts of games, they can't finish off games. And if you've ever watched me or you've watched any of my breakdowns, I've said the same thing. The last 25 to 30 minutes of the game, usually they've got the job done. They've scored 3 goals or 2 goals. They've done the job in the first half. But now it showed you, Guti, if you allow teams to play in the last minutes, you will get hurt. And now Mamelodi Sundowns is their first loss. And I think that puts an end to any Invincibles talk very, very early. But anyway, guys, as a Chiefs fan,
Abantu bayakhala ngikhala sibaningi nangumngani wami ngapha uyakhala
thank you guys so much for joining me. Tomorrow, 7 p.m., I'll be here. That's when we're going to discuss it properly, break it down. We'll have panels and all of that stuff. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock, I'll be here. Guys, it's been incredible. I'll see you guys then tomorrow. Bye, everyone.